Hey, everybody. Welcome to Shut Up and Listen to Her. And if you haven't noticed, my sweet, dear co-host Tiffany is in the hospital. How you doing, honey?
I'm okay. It's been an ordeal. It's been a thing. So I've been uh drafting a letter in my head to my primary care doctor to say F you to her and let her know all of the stuff they found. Be like, not just stress, okay.
That's right. That's right.
Amazing. Yeah.
Well, do you want to share a little bit about what the last 24 hours have been like for you? Because it's been pretty crazy.
It's been a thing. Yeah. So, we got to the hospital at 4:30. I had to get up at 3 and shower with that special antibacterial soap. Got to the hospital at 4:30 and, then they do all the prep and, rolled me back at 6:30 into the operating room. And, then I guess they have to set all kinds of stuff up in the operating room. So I guess surgery didn't start till what, 8:30, David? Somewhere around 8:30. So they were setting me up, but they had me under good drugs, so I didn't know any of that. I was like I was on the chill out drugs
Good.
already. So but they had to put in a line in my artery, an arterial line. That
Mm-hmm.
thing was painful. But they did it when I was under, so I didn't feel it, but it hurt when it was out, like when I woke up. But that's how they monitored my blood pressure in real time.
Good.
Um, and then I have 2 IVs.
Main lines,
Um,
probably. Yep.
yeah, 2 IVs, and I'm just all hooked up. I'm all hooked up to a bunch of stuff. Surgery was supposed to last 4 hours, but it lasted we didn't until 4. So
Wow.
I got huh? It's about 9.5 hours long. So kind of crazy.
It's a long time to be under,
It's a
and it
long time to
has
be under.
a lot of effects. 'Cause I was under
Mhm.
for about 11 hours for my surgery,
Ooh.
and it's a lot of it's a long time to be
Yeah,
under anesthesia like that.
it is.
You'll feel that for a while, and it'll put you in, kind of like a foggy haze for the first
Mhm.
month or so.
Oh, a
I
month.
wasn't yeah, I wasn't expecting that, but for that length, they have to, they keep you under for so long. Yeah, all of that stuff has to be metabolized by your system and
Yeah.
so much. And so when I came out, I thought 2 weeks, I'll be up and running again, I'll be fine. And I just found myself staring off into space at times going, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like I couldn't even think to myself, like, what's my next step? What am I doing? I would just be like, oh wow. Okay.
You know,
What did I do for 15 minutes just staring at nothing?
I heard a really interesting um theory. I don't know how if this has been studied or not, but it made a lot of sense to me that when you have surgery, even though you're not aware, your body is aware.
Yes.
And so some like it, that whole body keeps the score. Like there is a trauma going on and your body has to process that
Mhm.
trauma. Um so yeah. So my first side went well. It only took an hour. They did good. Immediately saw blood pressure drop. They
Excellent.
saw the vein, like the artery. I'm sorry, my words are not coming to me well. The artery immediately like relaxed and blood pressure dropped. So they're like, wow, that was a really good sign. But then when they went to go to the second side, my kidney had some adhesions to my intestines. And that is the side that has the 2 renal arteries. And so they couldn't get in there as well. So they ended up having to make some larger incisions, so I've got extra incisions. I was supposed to have 3 on each side, but now I've got I think I have a total of 8 or 10. I don't know. I have a lot of incisions now, and they're larger on the other side because they had to go around those adhesions. So it ended up being a little bit more than we thought. And they told me the adhesions probably were from um, and something that happened in my intestines, like a infection or something,
Mm-hmm.
and it adhered,
Adhered.
adhered, adhered, it adhered to the
Pain
kidney.
medications, say whatever you want, Tiffany. It's fine. We know what you're talking about. It's all good.
It's so funny. They were giving me quote unquote pain meds, and I'm like, I don't think you're giving me meds. And then when the doctors did rounds this morning, he's like, I'm so sorry. Weren't releasing the right meds. We're going to give you the right meds. And those pain meds, I was like, a happy place. Okay, this is
There we
better.
go.
Yeah.
That's what you need. It's a
But
big
yeah,
surgery. I mean,
yeah,
that's and it was unexpected to find the things. My question, first of all, I'm so glad that you came through all of it very well, and that even though with the extenuating circumstances that happened and the length of it, that you seem pretty good to me.
mhm,
But there's got to be a part of you right now that is doing a kind of "ha ha, I told you so" happy dance.
I told you I've been doing the fu letter to my
Yep.
Kaiser dogs because it's like when the doctor's like, yeah, we just saw the artery relax, and yeah, it wasn't stress. It
So
was
I'm curious about this because, I don't know if it's in any medical dictionaries or if there's been, case studies on this or what they have done, but to think that they could do a surgery that could remove anxiety. I mean, they
I think
did
that's called a lobotomy.
yeah, right. I mean, because boy, was she ready to bet her license and her degree on the fact that she was correct? Like,
It's
I
and when
don't get it.
she kept saying, what was that line that she used? Well, maybe it's internalized stress that you don't realize.
Yeah, that's what
I
they got
mean,
rid of.
like, oh my god.
It's a
Um,
medical mystery.
yeah. So what I Amy, maybe you can help me write the FU letter. Um,
Yes.
what something that really stood out to me because I really want to call out the good doctors, right? And the good nurses and everything. Not only is this team like they've been gorgeous. I feel like I'm on Grey's Anatomy. Like they're all like movie star beautiful people. Aren't they, David? They've all been like good looking people. I don't know. Um, but they've been really kind and asking questions and like everybody I've had a lot because I'm part of a clinical trial. So there's a lot of people involved in and out, and they all kind of ask the same questions. And they're like, we're so
Sure.
sorry. But I'm like, it's okay because they all they have each other's backs and they're making sure they don't miss anything. But the anesthesiologist, I had 3 anesthesiologists check in with me because I have problems with anesthesia. And he's like, you're in really good hands. We really care about you and we're going to take really good care of you. Want you to know we're going to put this monitor on your head so that we're monitoring exactly how you're dealing with the anesthesia so we don't give you too much or like we're not overdoing it, and like they went the extra mile. I still had a hard time with anesthesia, but they were very aware and very caring. And then
Hmm.
all of like the surgical team, I think a lot of times surgeons get a bad rap as not having good bedside manner, but the whole surgical team has just been like explaining very, like very caring, very making sure I understand what's happening, explaining the whole process. They just they were like every member of the team was like, well, we don't want you to be surprised when you wake up and you've got, all these extra IVs and stuff. This is what we're doing. We're going to be putting the Foley catheter in. We're going to be doing the arterial line. We're going to be doing another IV, and here's why. And, just like really explaining. And when either David or I had a question, they were very clear and took the time. And I just I want to call out when medical staff is good. And
Absolutely.
it didn't take a lot of extra time, I don't think anybody was in the room more than like individually more than like 5 minutes, right? But they were there when they were there, right? Like
Mhm.
those 5 minutes, making sure we're comfortable, we understand what's going on. So I don't think it doesn't take a lot of time to make somebody feel comfortable, if you're doing it right. So,
Absolutely.
there
Yeah.
are really, really good people out there, good medical providers out there.
Well, here's the thing too, it I look at it, and you get people that are in these really scary situations in the hospital. They've been in an accident, and you hear people say, "Well, they're a fighter. They're going to get through this. They're a fighter. They never give up. Their body won't let them give up, right?"
Mhm,
And the doctors will be like, "Yes, that's great. We need them to be a fighter." And that is them acknowledging the fact that their strength and their will play an important role in their recovery, right? They're acknowledging that.
mhm,
So when they're not acknowledging, and your doctors are acknowledging that, giving you all of the reassurance, keeping you up to speed with everything that's going on, and having you feel heard, acknowledged, supported, and in good hands, plays a role in how the entire
mhm,
procedure goes and how things go after, and healing and all of those things. They understand the importance of that. It's when the
mhm,
doctors will then say, well, it's anxiety that's causing this, and yet I'm not going to acknowledge the anxiety that I am causing you, which is leading to worse symptoms and lower chances of a what do they call it, a positive outcome, or however they,
mhm,
they
mhm,
would write it down in legal ease, kind of a thing. So that disconnect to me is unbelievable. That obviously the doctors and the team that you have right now are fully aware that not only does their skill matter and their intelligence matter in your healing and recovery, but also there is a role that is played by their making you feel as positive and strong and comfortable and like you're being cared for properly, that plays a role in a positive outcome for you.
mhm, mhm,
And so that's that disconnect of not listening to your patients and saying that it is just a stress or anxiety issue, which obviously in your case it has not been. And we've known that. We all knew that. All of the people listening and the people that watch all your videos, for the most part, all know that, the
mhm.
ones that care about you. And I have to say that because there's some jerks out there. But you know, it makes a big impact. I went into open heart surgery, and a friend of mine who is a doctor, he gave me a meditation tape, right? And I was really concerned about open heart surgery. I was
As you
very
should be.
scared about it.
Yeah.
It's one of the most
It's
invasive
terrifying.
surgeries besides brain surgery, I think, that you can have.
Mhm,
And I was so worried about it. And I did this meditation tape. And when I got up the next morning, I listened to it again, and I went off to surgery. Um, and I was pretty calm and at peace, and I felt really good. And when I woke up, I heard that, and even though I was with all of this stuff on me, and I was intubated, and it was really freaking me out. I also kept listening and hearing that in my mind saying, just relax. It's okay. You're not drowning, because I felt like I was drowning because you have
Mhm.
a breathing tube in. So how can you drown if you so but I was making logical connections even on all the medications they were giving me. And my dog is literally going in. Can you hear him? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oni, he does not want to listen to me at all.
I think, there's so much to that, Bree. It's anxiety is a real thing, and anxiety affects your body. So, I agree with the doctor that yes, can anxiety, have something to do with hypertension or with recovery from surgery with absolutely. So help with that. But anxiety doesn't mean that there's not something else. Like anxiety is a symptom, right? It's
Mhm.
a symptom. So these doctors were so nice. They originally were concerned with they give you like kind of a chill out med as they're wheeling you into the OR so that you don't kind of freak out when you're in the OR, before they give you the general anesthesia. And originally they were like, maybe we're not going to do that since you have anesthesia issues. And when I said, okay, I'm not, I'm pretty chill right now. I'm not stressed. I'm not worried. I said, but I know for a fact when you start wheeling me into the OR, my anxiety will pick up a little. It just will.
Mhm.
And if there's anything, even if it's not that one, is there something you can do to kind of just help me stay chill and
Right.
relaxed so that I don't, panic? And they were so nice. They're, of course. And they ended up giving me the good stuff. And yeah.
Nice.
So, but there is a thing there. I mean, anxiety is real, but anxiety isn't the end all be all. That's why I always use that just anxiety. Anxiety is a piece of it. There's anxiety, depression, but just because you have anxiety, just because you have depression, doesn't mean you don't deserve good care, and doesn't mean a doctor shouldn't look deeper. Doesn't mean that they shouldn't help manage that so that they can then, you know, um, help you with what's really going on. And if it truly is anxiety causing the issues, then help the patient manage that anxiety well, like give them the tools. Um, but you can't just stop there and see on somebody's, paperwork that they have anxiety/depression and then be like, all their issues are anxiety, depression. It's like it's not fair. Um, and it almost becomes a shameful thing, and it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be shame attached to anxiety, depression, you know, um, any of those. But I do feel like a lot, not all, but a lot of medical providers kind of stop there and use it almost as a blame of like, well, you've got anxiety. So that's it.
Yeah. And they just throw it. Oh, please. Dogs. Um, they really do like to just throw it all in there when they don't want to do the deep dive. It's kind of like, I don't, what I hear when they say that is, I don't want to work that hard and figure it out. And
Yep.
so I'm just going to call it this. And
It's so lazy.
it's so lazy. And it's sad that there are doctors and care places out there that get into that, because there is a lot of money in prescribing pharmaceuticals for anxiety and depression and things like that. And there's a lot of spiffs that come out of that, which is a kickback to the doctor. Even though they'll tell you that there isn't. I worked in that field. I understand it. There are spiffs. They get checks. It does happen from these pharmaceutical companies to prescribe certain drugs for people. And so they will do that. And at the, you're in a very serious medical situation, and thank God, it's so ironic and funny, but smart and cool that it was an Instagram
I
ad
know.
that brought all this to fruition and
Isn't it
found
crazy?
the doctors that do care and do want to see you do well and be okay.
Yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
just nuts.
So nuts. And they're like, I mean, I'm going to be with them for 5 years, right? They're following me for 5 years. And they they're like they're all okay, you'll want to, keep your PCP for your general well-being, but we are going to be your nephrologists and managing your hypertension meds and all of that for the next 5 years. And it's pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
it's any yeah. So,
It's amazing. Well, I want to we're going to dive into this more. We've got guests coming up in our next couple of episodes. We're going to be back in a couple of weeks. I don't want to stress you out anymore. I can't thank you enough for sharing so much with us. And
you want to be on a podcast? Here.
is this
Come
the
say hi.
doctor?
This
A
is the
nurse,
nurse.
doctor,
This is
nurse?
Cole.
Okay.
Hi.
I told her I feel like I'm on Grey's Anatomy. Everybody is very attractive in this
There you go.
hospital.
McDreamy all over the
Okay,
place.
thank you.
That's awesome. Well, I will let you heal, recover, rest, keep
Thank
us
you.
posted. I know you will keep Instagram, apprised of how things are going, but we are just so glad that you are doing okay and this too shall pass.
Yeah.
You'll feel better and be on your feet before you know it.
Yep.
But take your time, take care of you, and we all send love and healing thoughts your way to get
Thank you
better.
to
And we send our love to David for being the hero that
David's
you needed.
been David's been like he hasn't left my side. He's been so sweet. And I even had like sticky stuff on my head from all of the stuff they put on and
Oh yeah.
he just gently wiped it off. Like he's just been
Okay. Well,
he's
I'm
a
just gonna let you
he's a
know you're
dreamboat
gonna find sticky stuff on your body in places you
all
didn't know
over.
later on down the road. It'll be like 3 weeks later, and you'll be like, "How did I not notice this?" Because I know that's what happened to me. Because they
Yeah,
stick sticky stuff all over you, and it leaves a residue.
everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere.
So that'll be fun
Okay,
surprise for you.
everybody listening, we have some exciting guests coming up. So we're recording every other Friday, 10 a.m. And we've got an amazing author coming. Her book is so good. I read it. She is the author has chronic illness.
Yeah, she's gonna
Um,
be fantastic.
she's amazing. And the book it's like sci-fi light in about cosmetics that can like actually change your face.
Wow.
But as it does that, it also affects your body and causes issues. And the way she deals with these young women and their issues and explains their health issues and their mental health issues. Like she talks mental health and physical health in this book. It's just so well done, and I'm really excited for everybody to meet her. And then another guest that we have coming on is a pediatric cancer nurse, pediatric oncology nurse, who has very serious chronic illness. And so she's working full time, taking care of patients while also getting infusions and things of that sort because she has some very serious issues herself. And she talks about kind of she's been gaslit, and she's in the medical field, and so it'll be a really interesting conversation with her. And then I found a lovely comedian who has agreed to come on.
Woohoo.
Who she is a cancer patient and a comedian, and you're gonna love her, Bree. She is like
Yay.
um, sassy and hilarious, like this great dry wit humor. So we've got some really cool people coming on, everybody. So pay join us. And Bree, I don't know if you've told everybody about the community.
I haven't told everybody. We do have a community. I will link it in the description of this video. I will find it on all of the different platforms that we are streaming to, and make sure I link it in there for you guys. We have a community channel. We want to hear your stories. It is a place for you to post your stories and let us support you the way you are supporting us. We invite you in. Hopefully, you'll learn some things. You'll be able to, we want to have like tips on how to talk to your doctor, how to have a support system like you have with David, and be your advocate when you can't be. All different kinds of things we're going to be sharing in that community. So we invite you to come join us over there. I will link it in the description below. Go look for it.
And of
We'd
course,
love
it's
to.
free
It's
because
free.
all we're
Yep,
interested in is we just want to support. So there's no like ask, you don't have to pay anything. We just want to be there for each other. This is
absolutely.
really, I mean, everybody listening, Bree and I we're very passionate about supporting and advocating and just helping people not feel so alone and getting rid of the shame that surrounds these chronic health issues
Hmm.
and trying to clarify some of the misinformation and just help everybody feel more supported. So it's a free community. We want you there. All that we ask is that you're supportive and kind to everybody in the community. That's the only ask, really. So,
Yep.
yep.
Sounds good. You take care of yourself, rest, get better. Thank you for being here. And we will see everyone in 2 weeks. Have a wonderful, wonderful recovery. Feel better. And thank those doctors, because I appreciate them for listening and caring for you.
Me
So
too. Me
thanks,
too. Thank
everybody.
you to all the doctors and nurses out there that care and just take that extra minute or two to just see the patient and hear the patient. That's all we
That's right.
want. We just want to feel seen and heard and cared about, and it doesn't take a long time. So
That's right. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.